Hi everyone, let's continue. Let's look at the VT primary. Now we are looking at one of the most important values during the commissioning. VT primary. If this value is wrong, every voltage reading on the power calculation will be wrong or incorrect. Let's break down what is this and how to set up. The VT primary is the rated voltage on the high voltage side of your voltage transformers. Protection relay like P5 aren't built to handle thousands of volts directly. Instead, they use VTs to set up that massive voltage down to the safe, measurable level, usually around 100 or 110 volts. The VT primary setting tells the relay what that high original voltage actually is. Let's use an example. Suppose your network runs at 11 kilovolts. Your physical voltage transformers might have a ratio of 11,000 volts to 110 volts. In this scenario, you would set up your VT primary to 1100 volts. This acts as a mathematical bridge. If the relay detects 100 volts at its back terminals, the secondary, it uses that 1100 volts settings to display the correct primary values. The P5 is incredibly versatile. You can configure the VT primary anywhere from 75 volts all the way to 500,000 volts. This allows the same relay to be used in every form of low voltage industry sites to massive high voltage substations. To set this up, open Pro setboard, navigate to General menu and select the scaling view. You see the field for VT primary right there. Make sure this matches the primary nameplate rating of your VT exactly. If your system uses line to neutral measurements, the relay will handle this math, but if always based on its scaling on the line to line voltage you entered. Never use the primary circuits until your VT and CT scaling are verified. If the relay thinks 1100 volts is actually 400 volts, because of the typo, your under voltage and over voltage protection will not work, putting your equipment at risk. Think of VT primary like a scale on the map. If the map, the relay sees 1 centimeter, if needs the scale VT primary to know at the real world distance. If you use the wrong scale, you think you're only a few steps away from your actual goal. We talked about VT primary, or the massive voltage running through the high tension lines. But how does small protection relay safely measures thousands of volts? That is where VT secondary, known as your settings, comes into the play. The VT secondary is rated voltage on your low voltage side of your voltage transformers. Because of P5 cannot handle 1100 volts directly at its terminals, the VT steps down that voltage to the safe values. Let's look at the specific example. If your network have 1100 volts and your transformer has ratio 1100 volts to 110 volts, you must set your CT secondary to 110 volts. This creates a mathematical bridge. When the relay detects exactly 110 volts at its back terminals, it uses your scaling settings to display 1100 volts on the IME screen. This setting is critical for your protection functions, like under voltage or over voltage. If you tell the relay the secondary is 110 volts, but actually is 100 volts, every measurement will be off by 10%, potentially causing the relay to trip when the system actually healthy, or worse, stay silent during the real faults. The P5 is very flexible, allowing you to set the VT secondary anywhere from 75 volts to 200 volts. Keep in mind that for the P5, voltage scaling is always based on the line-to-line voltage, even if physical connection is line to neutral. To set this up, you see the setboard general menu and select scaling view. You'll find the VT secondary field right under primary settings. You have to match this value exactly to the nameplates of your physical voltage transformers. Getting your scaling right is the most important step in commissioning. You should never energize your primary circuits until you have verified these ratios. Think of VT secondary like foreign language interpreter. The high voltage system speaks 1100 volts, but your relay only understands 110 volts. The VT secondary setting is the relay directionality. It tells the relay exactly how to translate those small words back into big words. We already covered how to scale your main line-to-line voltage, but today we're looking at the parameter that often been understood, VN primary. If you're setting the neutral displacement protection, this is the most crucial number in your scaling menu. The VN primary is a rate primary residual voltage of your transformer, while your main VT settings at the big system, the VN primary focus on the neutral point displacement relative to the earth. In the P5, even you are measuring the phase to neutral, the relay primary scaling is based to the line-to-line voltage. However, in the healthy balance 1100 volt systems, the voltage from any phase to the ground is 6351 volts. By setting your VN primary to 6351 volts, you are telling the relay that 100% or 1 per unit of neutral displacement is equal on the one full phase voltage. This setting is used directly by the neutral voltage displacement protection. When the relay measures the displacement through the broken delta, VT, or calculates it from phase voltage, it uses the value as its anchor to determine if your neutral point has shifted too far during the fault. To set this up, we look at the scaling in the general menu. We'll see VN primary, and we have to match it to VT primary neutral rating. If your measurement node is free line neutral, the relay will often default this to your phase to ground value automatically. To get this right, your fault protection will be pinpoint accurate. Think of VT primary line to line as the speed limit sign on the road. If you tell you the total capacity of the system, think of the VN primary as a puddle of sensors on the shoulder of the road. The puddle sensors needs to know the exact height of the curve, so it can tell you exactly when the water fault has overflooded the system. In the context of P5 protection relay and standard electrical engineering practices found in the sources, the value of 6351 volts for VN primary or residual or network voltage primary is derived from the mathematical relationship between line to line and line to neutral voltages in 1100 kilowatt systems. Protection relays like P5 typically use the line to line voltage as the base scaling parameter for VT primary. However, the residual voltage corresponds to the voltage displacement of the neutral point relative to the earth. In a balanced three-phase system with the phase-to-phase voltage of 1100 volts, the phase to neutral voltage is calculated as a formula and rounded to the nearest whole number. In this case, it's 6351 volts. Residual voltage represents the vector sum of the three phases voltage in the event of the solid single phase to earth fault, the neutral volt displacement from 0 to fault voltage. Setting the VN primary tells the relay that 1 unit of voltage is equal to 6351 volts. This ensures that if full displacement occurs in the 1100 kilowatt system, the relay correctly identifies at this 100 per volt condition. Voltage measurement models the sources that states that when the E5 is in the free line neutral measurement mode, the relay calculates the neutral displacement voltage internally. In this mode, the base for one or therefore for any application where the main VT primary is set to 1100 volts. VN secondary and example. Previously we looked at the VN primary, the big picture of neutral displacement in your high voltage network. Now we're looking at the other end of the wire, VN secondary, or this is the voltage the relay actually feels at the terminals. And getting this right is essential for displacement. VN secondary is the rated secondary residual voltage of your voltage transformers. While your main phase voltage is connected to the first few terminals, the residual voltage signals, often from broken delta, is wired in the 4 voltage channel, specifically terminals A7 and A8 in the slot A. Let's use this as an example. If your system has a primary neutral displacement of 6.35 volts and your VT steps that down to 1100 volts, you will set your to 110 volts. The relay uses this value as 100% reference. If the relay measures exactly 1100 volts at terminals, it looks at the setting and says, okay, I'm seeing exactly 1 per unit of the rated neutral replacement. This anchor allows your ANSI protection to decide exactly when the ground fault occurred. The P5 is designed to be compiled with almost any systems or standards with the VT. Imagine VN secondary is like full mark on the measuring jug. The jug, your VT, might hold 1100 liters of water in the real world, but instead the relay world, that same amount is represented by 110. You have to tell the relay that when the water hits the 110 line, it means the system is full or reaching its rated limit. If you don't define where the full line is, the relay won't know the spell or fault. When you're setting up to your P5 relay, you will encounter setting the phase rotation. You can choose from 1 to 3 on 1, 3, 2, which corresponds to the more common labels ABC or OCB. It might seem like a small detail, but getting this wrong will make your direction protection and negative sequence reading completely incorrect. ABC or standard rotation means that your phase voltage and current reaches their peak values in the specific order: phase 1, then phase 2, and finally phase 3. In the P5, this is the default setting. When set to 1 to 3, the relay calculates line-to-line voltage, like by subtracting the phase 2 vector from phase 1. ACB or reverse rotation occurs when the phases reach their peak in the order of 1, then 3, then 2. This isn't necessary a fault, but it's how some power systems are designed to rotate. If your primary system rotates this way, you must tell the relay by selecting 1 through 2 in the software. If you don't, relay will think your system is under constant phase reversal fault. Why does it matter? Certain functions like negative sequence overcurrent and direction phase overcurrent are mathematically dependent on the phase sequence. The source state is the mandatory to ensure the correct phase sequence. Incorrect setting here could cause the relay to trip when the system is healthy or fail trip during the real circuit. You can configure this in eSetup Pro under scaling. To verify it on site, the source recommends using the phase rotation meter during the primary injection test. You should also check the HMI to ensure the voltage angles are displayed according to sequence. In short, match the relay of your system reality. If the wires say ACB, then the relay must say 1, 3, 2. Think of phase rotation like an order of runners in the relay race. ABC or 1, 2, 3 is the standard order to judge. Runner 1 pass the baton and 2. ACB or 1, 3, 2 is just a different team order. When you configure your P5, one of the most critical settings is scaling menu is voltage measurement mode. This parameter tells the relay exactly how your physical voltage transformers or VT are connected to the relay back terminals. Setting this correctly is essential because it determines how relay calculates everything from line to line voltage to residual voltage. P5 uses those modes to interpret the signals at the 4 voltage channels V1 to V4, depending on your choice. The relay will either measure a value directly or calculate it mathematically using the relationships. It is important to note that changing those modes require device reboot to take effect. The most common setup is a 3LN, 3 line to neutral. In this mode, the relay measures the fundamental line to neutral voltage, VL1, VL2 and VL3 directly. It then calculates the line-to-line voltage like U2 internally. If you need a residual voltage for air fault protection in this mode, the relay calculates by taking the vector sum. In some systems you might only have 2 VTs connected between phases. This is a 2LL U2 mode. The relay measures the line-to-line voltage directly. Think of the voltage measurement mode like setting the language on GPS. If your GPS thinks you are using kilometers, but your car is actually sending it miles, you will get the wrong directions. You have to tell the relay exactly how the signals are arriving from its internal map. Here we're discussing a setting that is often fundamental. Nominal frequency in the P5 is signal choice dedicated how the relay processes every wave of current and voltage indices. The nominal frequency is the rated frequency of your power system. Most of the world operates at 50 Hz, while parts of America and Asia uses 60 Hz. The P5 is designed to work perfectly with either standards. This setting isn't just for the clock. This relay uses the nominal frequency as a baseline for its measurement functionality. If this value is set incorrectly, your frequency-based protection like underfrequency or load shading will be directly incorrectly. The P5 is precise, offering a frequency measurement occurrence up to 0.1 Hz, while the nominal setting is 50 or 60 Hz. It can even determine the frequency using current signals if the voltage drops below 15% of the rated value. Think of the nominal frequency like the key in the piece of the music. If the orchestra is playing in the key of C, but the conductor is thinking they are playing in the G, everything will be sounds like noise. The conductor needs to know the correct key to distinguish between beautiful melody and the wrong notes. When you are configuring the scaling for your P5, there is a setting that determines how your relay reads the flow of energy. Power direction. If you get this wrong, your activate power reading will be negative when they should be positive, and your direction protection could fail to operate during the fault. In setup, you find this under general and scaling. There is a drop-down menu, power direction, where you must choose between two options, outgoing or incoming. This select tells the relay which way the positive current is supposed to be flowing. Most circuits are outgoing feeders according to the standard practice. For outgoing circuits, power supply by the bus bar to the load is treated as positive. Conversely, any power flowing back into the bus bar is treated as negative. This is the default setup for most dispersion lines. We have incoming feeders like main transformers, incomers or generators. For those, the logic is flipped. Power supply to the bus bar is treated as positive. If the power flows away from the bus bar in the source, the relay reads it as negative. Why bother with this? Firstly, it ensures your metering makes sense. You don't want your HMI showing negative kilowatts during the normal operation. Second, it is vital for direction power protection. The relay needs the baseline to determine if the fault is forward or reverse. The golden rule is match the relay settings to the physical role of the feeder. If it brings power in, set it to incoming. If it sends power out, set it to outgoing. As always, you should check your phase diagrams. Think of power direction like the direction of the turnstile at the stadium. If the turnstile is entrance incoming, it counts positive every time someone enters the building. If it takes it outgoing, it counts positively every time someone leaves. If you accidentally set exit turnstile to the entrance mode, the computer will think people are entering the building and give you a negative count.